What's up, everyone? Hello, and welcome to ROG Pulse, your inside look at what's happening behind the scenes here at the Republic of Gamers. And today, we've got something special, something rare, something unique.
We always have something special, but today's ultra special.
Ultra plus ultra? No, not quite. Maybe someday. But today, we are actually going to be unboxing the Flow Z13-KJP Edition. And it's kind of a pseudo unbox. It's not like the full... I don't have the full packaging, but...
we don't have the full packaging because this was a pretty early sample that we got, which is nice for us because we get to look at things early. If you guys saw all of our announcements at CES, you probably saw the announcement for this device, which is our big collaboration with KOJIMA Productions. You know, the man himself, or the men themselves, I should say.
Yeah.
And Jake, this is particularly big for you, as those of you know Jake's gamer tag, Solid Jake.
Yes, that is indeed a direct reference to Solid Snake, Metal Gear Solid, which not everybody even gets. Apparently the term solid means like tough in like the UK, right? So some people may have construed that a different way, which was interesting. Yeah, I never knew that till somebody asked me that direct question.
But he's still called Solid Snake in the UK.
I know that, but they didn't necessarily, like, you know, either way. I have been a ginormous fan of Kojima and everything he does and the people that he works with since Metal Gear Solid, right? That was my first game I played from him. And the long story short for me, I'm just kind of nerding out a little bit here, was after loving Metal Gear Solid so much, I bought this game called Zone of the Enders. And Zone of the Enders came with a demo disc for Metal Gear Solid 2. I bought this for the demo disc, right? I like this game more than Metal Gear Solid, right? I actually think that Zone of the Enders 1 and 2 are some of the greatest games ever made. Now, I'm going to show you a few different discs here. I'm going to tell you this too. I have about 12 video games that I have kept. I'm not a collector. I have about 12 video games I've kept from my 30 years of playing video games. 5 of them are all made by Hideo Kojima. But I want to highlight another man here. His name is Yoji Shinkawa. And Yoji Shinkawa is the art director at Kojima Productions, but he's also worked with Hideo Kojima for a very long time. And he's worked in a lot of different facets, from being an illustrator to being a character designer to being a mechanical designer. And that's something that really stands out to me because he does like technical mechanical design for like the Metal Gears, right? You look at a Metal Gear and you say that could exist in the real world, right? That's the kind of designer he is, but he also has a very specific art style. You think of the brush stroke of Metal Gear. You think about the box art here, that kind of art style. He does a lot of this black brush stroke art styling with that. And all of that has translated to, you know, from that mechanical design to all of that has translated to the brand identity of Ludens, which is the logo for Kojima Productions, but also in this collaboration for the Flow Z13, where, you know, he really wanted to essentially create a gadget that belongs to everyone, and make something that feels at home. And that's where we can segue into looking at some of this awesome concept art that we have from Yoji Shinkawa.
Yeah, so the name Ludens, which is like Jake said, the mascot behind Kojima Productions, comes from the Latin phrase, those who play. And if you've played Metal Gear Solid Death Stranding, you'll be familiar with some of the design cues at play here. But here are some of the kind of sketches that led to the design of this device. And I wish I had taken some photos of our booth at CES for the Flow Z13, because we had all these different like iterations of the design of the tablet, like over time, and like how it came to be, which is just so cool. I mean, to work with such a iconic designer on this device was really neat. Sadly, so it comes not just with the tablet, but with this case that you're seeing come in on the right here, this like
it's carry case
kind of
just like in Death Stranding,
which is so freaking cool. Unfortunately, we don't have one of those to unbox today.
Big sad,
because we have an earlier sample. But this thing is absolutely awesome. So should we take a look at it?
Yeah, let's go ahead, and I'll grab the device right here and we can take a look at the device itself. So like you mentioned, we don't have that case, but we do have just kind of like the standard packaging that you get with a Z13.
Which is still very nice.
Yeah, oh yeah, there's nothing lacking about it. But here she is. We're gonna open up that stand so we can unveil the styling
I love all the
on the
little
back
touches
here.
underneath.
Yeah, I'm actually gonna go ahead and zoom in a little bit here so we can get a nice closer look. But yeah, a lot of the styling, and again, you know, this is that mechanical design, right? This kind of grid almost looks like what you'd think the grid of a motherboard would look like. It feels very technical, has lots of lettering on there as well. I like this little detail, and this is you know, I haven't even been briefed on this product, and I'm looking at this right now. I mean, I probably was briefed on it, but I just know this. 2006, 2015. 2006 is the year that ROG was founded. 2015 was the year that KOJIMA Productions was founded. Right, so there's a whole marriage happening here, and all these different little things and details talking about that. So
there's your SSD slot right over
micro
there
SD card.
Micro SD card on the right, but on the left, one screw, and you can access the M.2 SSD if you want to upgrade the storage.
But yeah, all this is like informative, right? And this feels like the styling that you'd get in Death Stranding. These little things coming out telling you what that item is. Really, so audio jack coming out, right? This is it's just so cool. It's so cool. But
and if you look, the back here is really different. So that's it may be a little bit hard to tell on the camera, but that's carbon fiber, that black area on the left. That's new. We did not use carbon fiber on the original Z13. That's special for the KJP edition. And then on the right is a distinctly Yoji Shinkawa design on the top right there.
This is something that he specifically sketched for this device, and it just it's like you said, it's very distinctly his style. And it just feels so cool. Do not touch lens surface right there. I love that stuff.
Camera,
yeah. Heat vent, do not cover. Little bits of
so that's the air intake. Now the specs on this are the same as the 2025 Flow Z13. This features an AMD Ryzen AI Max Plus 395 processor, that single Strix Halo chip with Radeon 8060S graphics. This thing is a monster of an APU, and it's got a built-in NPU as well. 128 gigs of unified memory. So on this thing, you can decide how much of that RAM you want to dedicate to VRAM versus the system. So if you're using really high-res textures, you can bump up the VRAM. If you're doing like AI model work, you can bump up the VRAM like a crazy amount because it's got 128 gigs. It's got a vapor chamber inside to cool that chip. And of course, the gorgeous QHD 180 hertz touchscreen with up to 500 nits of brightness. The keyboard cover has those the extra angles on the edge that are really cool. Again, like very much fit in with the design language. But if you zoom in on the legends of the keycaps, that's one of my favorite parts. We've got special, the whole keyboard has kind of been redesigned for this version. The legends are very Ludens inspired, and the color scheme and all that, very cool.
Yeah, no, I mean, the styling, the font chosen here, all of it just feels right. The WASD in that gold. I actually chose gold for my background today to pay my respects. It all just looks really perfect. Feels right, feels natural. And
speaking of the gold, did you just turn it on? It has a exclusive Armory Crate theme too. So if you fire up Armory Crate on that thing, it will it'll be like black and gold.
I started setting this device up, but we're not fully in there yet.
No, that's okay.
Yeah,
we weren't really. I wasn't really planning on.
Yeah, I know.
I should have warned you. But yeah, it's really cool. So I'm seeing some questions about when is it available. We do not have a price or release date yet for this, so keep an eye on rog.asus.com. I can tell you that we're aiming for kind of like, I think, mid to late Q1 for this. You'll probably see pre-orders and orders go up on the site for your region. So go to rog.asus.com, make sure you're on your region's page for like the US or for the UK or whatever. And then some regions may give you an option to get notified when it goes up, but because this is a bit more of a collector's edition type device, they will go fast. So I would just check back regularly to get your chance to snag one. Because it's not going to, I don't know exactly how limited it is, the story ends, but it's not going to be like a huge production run, like a typical laptop from us.
Right. Yeah. When they're gone, they're typically gone with these, which is understandable.
The other thing that I want to point out, so the tablet does come with that carrying case, right, and all that cool stuff. It even has its power adapter. I don't know if you have the power
Yes.
adapter nearby, but the power adapter even has some Yoji Shinkawa style design. Yeah,
It's
look
got
at
the
that. Oh my
Ludens, yeah,
gosh.
the logo. Yeah. I mean, how cool is that, right? You're not going to just, this is
I
what,
was not
200 volt?
expecting them to do that on the
Yeah.
power adapter itself.
Yeah. Very cool. Very cool.
So the other thing that I want to call out is that not only do we have the Flow Z13 Kojima Edition tablet, which comes with the carrying case and that cool power adapter and all that stuff, but we also put together a few extra peripherals in conjunction with Kojima Productions to kind of complete the collection if you want to grab those. Those will be sold separately. So we've got, there we go. We've got the ROG Keras 2 Origin mouse there, again, with its own kind of Kojima styling.
There's that case just for anyone
There's
that
the
was
case.
curious.
Yep.
Mouse pad, desk mat.
We've got the Scabbard XXL KJP edition and the ROG Delta 2 KJP edition. That's the headset that I'm wearing, but it comes in this white and gold color. And honestly, that might be my favorite one of the gold and white color scheme looks so freaking
It looks
good
amazing.
on the headphone.
It really does.
So yeah, and I mean, Flexus is like, I don't think anyone expected that artwork on the power adapter. Yeah, or the mouse mat. The mouse mat might be my favorite because it's just got that huge sketch
low key
on it.
I want this so bad. I want this so bad.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
And that's the default wallpaper on the device too, as you can kind of see in that photo. So it's going to be really nice. Again, you can find product pages for all of these on the ROG site too. If you want to grab those, you can keep an eye on those product pages to see when they go live in your specific region. So keep an eye out. Jake, we gotta set this up in the back of your office so it's just always displayed in all of its glory. This is like Jake's ultimate device.
Yeah, it really is. I'm already like, the Flow Z13 has been my favorite device for a long time that we make. I just love how much power in such a compact form factor. And then now we have a Kojima Productions one. I couldn't have asked for a cooler partnership to be part of. And I had an email in my inbox that was originally from Yoji Shinkawa. How cool is that, man? I was nerd now. It wasn't directed towards me, but it was still in my inbox, right? How cool is that? Yeah, I was very happy.
So that is our main topic today, guys. But if you're watching this on YouTube after the fact, you might not know that this is just a small part of our show. We actually stream for about an hour this show, ROG Pulse, every Thursday at 3 p.m. Eastern, noon Pacific, and we do all kinds of stuff. We'll usually show off a new product or have some sort of discussion topic, but we also talk about games. We do giveaways. We'll give away game vouchers for gamesplanet.com. We answer your questions about all of our products and all kinds of stuff, so be sure to watch live if you want to see the full show. If you want to see all of this ROG gear that we're constantly showing off in action, you'll also want to tune into our live streams on Tuesdays and Fridays when Jake plays games. So follow and subscribe right here on ROG Twitch and YouTube to see all of that.